Welcome to the Land Your Bet Sports Betting live show, Friday, October 31st. Happy Halloween to all y'all and whatever you're doing tonight. Don't need to know. I'm sure there's some hooligan stuff going on, but happy to be here with y'all, man. I'm getting into the comments right away because I don't really want to waste too much time. I just kind of want to get right into some bets here. We got 8 games on the slate. I've got my bets down already. Not really waiting on too much as far as injury news goes. So I think we should be set with some stuff, but looking forward to hearing what you guys have. What's up, Ludgas? Loud gas, Lude gas. I haven't even hit the loud gas yet. That is crazy that I couldn't even read that. Good to see you, bro. 9797. What's good? Take a look at Barnes over 1.5 threes. He's gone over the last 4 games. Weird price line for Scottie Barnes, I'm assuming. Yeah, I'm going to start this one. Scottie Barnes threes was not on my bingo card today. We could take a look at it. What's up, Racer God? Rodrigo. Vamos Prasima. Dame, what's up, man? I'm here, brother. Good to see you. Where was the ghost leg on DK NBA promo? Nice. Good share. Appreciate that. Last year, Chalk Play seemed to be best in cup games. So that's a thing we got to talk about, which is like the cup games here. Is that going to be... I don't know. Daft's here. By the way, Daft, I just got distracted by you. If you want to come on, I'll send you that link. I'll get you in the Discord. But I think we're gonna get Daft on. That would be sick. So the thing here is the NBA Cup. Did I fall victim? I had a couple unders already. Did I fall victim to not remembering that the cup games are going to be over? Was I doing something really stupid here? I need to. What was I going to bring up real quick? As far as that goes. Oh yeah, I'm sending Daft the link. All right, we're here. Gonna get Daft on here, but for the cup games, yeah, last year, I mean, you look at the numbers over the course of the last couple years, things go up because points matter, and you don't want to lose by whatever, right? Like too many points. You want to have a nice point differential there. So we'll keep that in mind. That's a really great point that you brought up, Mark. So I appreciate that. Keep that in mind, y'all. What's up, Carlos? Good to see you, man. Jelly Smash Bros. What's up? What's up, Daft? Cody in the house. Good stuff. Jay's World Series tonight. You know our boys all over it. Kessler and Williams double. Both Mark and Walker Kessler going up against each other. That's an interesting look. I'll put that down there. What's up, G-Bag? Always good to see you, man. Craig Okongwu and Mark Williams and Neemias Queta. Neemias Queta is an interesting one. He's had insane rebounding games the last 2. My thing real quick, since we're on Neemias Queta for the Celtics, is he's going up against Joel, right? And even though Joel's not rebounding, and I actually like an under for Joel rebounds tonight, you still got to guard Joel Embiid, which means you are not in position to rebound, especially because Joel's doing a lot of work away from the basket right now, shooting 4 threes in his 20 minutes on the floor. So keep that in mind, but Okongwu could be a good look. It's going to be easy for guys, I think, to get boards for the Hawks against the Pacers. So that's definitely an interesting look. And then we got Booker, yeah, over on the threes. I talked about that. I'll star that one too, because we did talk about that on the show that I put out last night, which was, Booker, when he plays the Jazz, just starts raining threes for whatever reason. Bryce Sensabaugh, RA, interesting, because you don't think about him doing literally anything except for scoring and shooting threes specifically. But let me start because it's so weird that I kind of want to see what's up with it. Scottie Barnes, I have not been following the Raptors enough to answer that question off the top of the dome, but let me start. We got to look at Scottie already because someone wants to talk about his threes. I'm assuming that's the only Barnes we're talking about, right? I know there's always been Barnes's multiples in the NBA, but I think we're all just talking about Scottie right now. What's good, Jeffrey K? What's the word? Queta points. Interesting on the points. I got a star to look at Queta, so we'll get to him. Let's see. What's up, Refined? Appreciate you, man. Saw you the other day in the comments too. Kessler PR or Markkanen PRA? Let me answer that question when we look at it. Love this, man. If you're talking about DeAndre Hunter, another name that's all over the NBA, Hunter. I do like DeAndre today for PRA. He's sort of in a almost like a breakout game in a way, because he's sort of been bumping up against the ceiling and then just played fewer minutes for random reasons, like they blew or got blown out, I believe, by the Celtics. So he played fewer minutes, but his potential assists, his rebound chances, all this stuff for DeAndre Hunter is really, really good. This can't be Huerter. Jesus Christ. I'm tired, man. Can you tell it's Friday? Kevin Huerter, not DeAndre Hunter, is who you're asking about. Let me just star it and come back to you on Red Velvet there. All right. We got Mike in here, one of the VIP guest cappers that's in the Discord. So definitely looking to see what he's at on the day. All the DGens in the chat. We got Swish. This is the man responsible for the Swishland projections model that you have on landyourbets.com. So definitely feel free to jump and ask him some questions. I think he's around here in the chat right now. So he's around if you have some questions about how we got the information that we got, how the model might come to the conclusion that it comes to. But yeah, sounds like we're going to have Daft here in just a bit, which is lit. So love that. We'll get the dual screen share going with Daft in a bit. Trey Jones, not Tyus. Yeah, let me look at Trey. I'll put that on here. Someone fed us Trey Jones points, and we were like, wait, do you mean assists? And they're like, no, just points. It's like, okay, we'll take a look at that, I guess. Ryan Dunn from Cody, without the guys that are out. Yeah, so there's definitely some guys missing in Phoenix, like you said. And then Scottie Barnes is another look. We got a lot of Scotties in there. Got a lot of Jrue. Actually, this is the first Jrue. I'm surprised. But Jrue Holiday is up at what, like 30 PRA or something? His number is crazy. But what's good, Jay? Good to see you, man. What we got here about the Joker? Joker triple double. Let me put it in there. It's the first Joker look. Everything's high. Denver's the team that kind of like made me go, wait, why is everything so high? And then it was like, okay, right, the NBA Cup. And I feel like they think Jamal Murray is going to be out. But let me go ahead and start sharing, and I'll keep going through these comments, but I want to bring up Props Madness and the projections that we got here so we can at least get into it. All right, what is this window? I'm getting back into the swing. Like, first couple of days was rough trying to figure this out for your guy here. All right, there we go. And then, you know what? I even got a nifty little thing right here. All right. So Joker triple double, we got that. Let's see what I think the model had Jokic already at that. I'm just going to pull that up real quick. 35 and a half minutes, 26, 9.7, 13.8. So definitely not quite there on the assist. I'm just pulling it up since I'm already talking about him now. Jokic, Nikola. Where you at? Got to go up against Kling Kong. His points went up. So people have been hitting the over. Probably in the game too. Let me pull up the total of this game at this point. So you scroll down to Denver and the Blazers, 239. It's only up 4 points, but yeah, there's a lot of high numbers here, man. I mean, Jokic hasn't been shooting. There's reasons that Jokic is under all season so far. It's like this game was just awful shooting, but this is the only game he shot 20 times, I believe. Then they won by 22. He didn't have to do anything against Phoenix. 10 points or 10 shots rather, didn't have to do much against the Wolves, went to the line 7 times, and then 15 shots against New Orleans in 28 minutes. Like he's not getting shots because they're winning by a ton, or he just missed a ton against the Dubs, who are good defense. So I wouldn't be in a rush to go under on him, but like there's a couple, like I did go under on Cam Johnson, who's now game time decision. Love the NBA, man. Never change, NBA, never change. Whatever. So Cam Johnson, I love under a PRA if he freaking plays now. It looks like somebody's bet this at 20.5. Like Pinnacle came in at 20.5. So that's what it opened at for him. I think it's the first time it's available on Pinnacle. They got a 20.5 flat, like even on both sides, right? So whatever, that doesn't make me feel good. Pinnacle is going to be what we consider much more of a sharp book that originates its own lines much more often, or maybe it's getting it from a service. But this is a book you can trust more in terms of Pinnacle over, say, like DraftKings or FanDuel in terms of, are their lines good or strong, or are they kind of soft? Pinnacle is going to be a better, more like a stronger line usually than what's offered on the other books, who are just copycatting each other. So Cam Johnson, if you can go under on the PRA, I think that's high. But again, like let's keep in mind that these totals if we just run through the totals that we've got on the slate tonight, I'm using Action. I'm not like promoting them, but that's what I'm using. Total right here. So this got bet up 9 points, right? 233.5 now for the Celtics and Sixers. This got bet up 3 points despite no Trey Young. This got bet up 5. This went down. The Knicks and Bulls is right at about the same number. That's interesting. I don't think there's maybe someone's questionable, but up 3 points, up 7 points, up 4. And then this one went down 9 because the Pelicans suck. But you see what I'm saying? Like good NBA teams, all their spreads went up. So I'm a little bit nervous that I took a couple unders. Not the Cam Johnson one, though. This one I feel like we have a big edge on for him. He's just not involved in the offense, right? Like 8 shots, 2 for 8, 9, 5, and 4. So like he's at like 6 field goal attempts per game on the season. The rebound chances are at 1, 0 potential assists, 2 potential assists, 4 rebound chances. Like he's not even like getting the volume numbers that would make you feel worried about it. So I like the under for Cam. And just to be specific about the triple double for Joker, it is basically even, right? Or flat, or sorry, even money. So it's like minus 102 on DraftKings. He's done it every game. The one that scares you is the assist, all right? That's the only one that you're worried about going under. And he hasn't hit his points prop, but he's got at least 10 in every game. His potential assist is what we look at too, right? Potential assists, so that we know, does he even have the opportunity to get the assists? 16. So he's on the season on Props Madness here. You can see at the bottom, like underneath the charts, there's the average for the season and the average for the chart, the graph, basically, like however you have it. So 17 a game, you expect that to be at about 8 to 9 for Jokic, maybe 9, 10 on average, but I think 10, about 9.7, which is what we have him at here on the assist prop line. That seems pretty fair. I think that's pretty accurate. And so you're just taking a gamble, and you have to decide if taking the triple double at like minus 105 or 2 or whatever you get it at, is that worth it for you? It's Jokic, so it's different. It's not, you don't grade him the way you grade normal basketball players. But all right, let me go up. I got a bunch of stuff starred, so I don't want to like forget all that. But appreciate you, Swish. Yeah, if you do give the video a like, goes a long way to kind of like help this, make sure everybody else gets it too. Much appreciated there. If you do want to subscribe, I'm coming out with videos every night, right? I think I could even come out with one tonight. Last weekend I couldn't, but yeah, I think we'll be good to come out with one tonight. Anyway, that's really helpful. So appreciate y'all. Keep going here. I'm going to start starring ones I like, because we got a lot of people in the comments, which is great. I appreciate y'all. All right, yeah. So Scottie Barnes is like so popular in the comments right now. Let me bring him up. Like I said, I haven't really been on Toronto as much, but I respect they're playing hella fast. Actually, I can just do this right here. If we're on Toronto and we look at their stats, because if I hover over a Cavs player's stats, then I can look at how good Toronto is at stuff. So Toronto is good at limiting stuff above the break. They are not good at defense pretty much everywhere else. They're 29th in defensive rating on the season is the Raptors, and they're good at limiting threes. So that's what they're going to do, is like defend the 3-point line as well as possible with all their rangy players. And then if you do get inside, Pirtle's not even playing in this game. So if you do get inside, you're looking at like sometimes Mamu Kalashvili, sometimes like Colin Murray Boyles, I think, right? The Rook will get some time. So let's look at Scottie. So first thing that I got in the chat was the threes. So he is making threes. He's at 2.2 a game. And the question I think specifically was like, yo, am I missing something? Right? Like, why is Scottie at this number? Let me go back up here real quick. I think it was 9797. So weird price line, right? Which is a great question to ask, because it's like, yeah, if you're going like Brian Windhorst meme, like, why is this? Let's think for a minute. Why would it be at this? And I'm gonna look at the 3-point attempts to start and go, he's at 4 per game. So I already know that if he's averaging 2.2 threes made on 4 attempts, was at 55% from the line or from 3, that's not going to continue for Scottie Barnes. I can almost assure you of that. The 2.2 divided by 4, 55%. Good math. So let's see what we like Scottie at. 1.69. Nice. Threes. So the odds now come into play. I feel like I've shown the odds sheet before. I don't have it handy because I'm ill prepared. Come on, man. I think it's called Player Prop Tool, though. So yeah, I've got it right here. This is where you could literally take the odds and see if you think it's worth it. And I can almost guarantee you it's not worth it. But 4 threes, do you want him to run hot at 55% from 3? That's how I look at 3-point props, is like, even at this number, I don't want to have to bet that he's going to hit two of 4 threes. He's a career, probably like below 35% 3-point shooter. Let me just not put my foot in my mouth for a second. Scottie Barnes career stats on StatMuse. For his career from 3, well below 30.5% from 3. So you see what I'm saying? Like 55% is not sustainable for Scottie Barnes. End of rant. All right. But I appreciate the look, and I appreciate you saying it that way. Like, yo, why is this weird? It is weird. So the Kessler Williams, let's look at both them in that Jazz game. The thing that I liked, and Swish, I know, was on this too. He was calling it out in preseason, was Swish. And this is what gives him his advantage, is he's like, he already knows more than us before the season starts because he's already done that level of research. But Walker Kessler assists was something that he was looking at preseason, and it's been something talked about in Utah that they want to use that part of his game. So I know you're asking about the double-double, but I had to at least bring up that I do think assists are going to be worth it. I love that at potential assists, he's at 6 per game. This is at 2.5. It started at plus money. Somebody's been moving this a bit. We won't name names, but somebody hit this for sure. So then you look at the boards against the Suns. So the last game against them, 11 boards on the 19 rebound chances. And that was with OT. And on the season, he's at like 31 minutes a game, which I think is accurate, right? Like 29 to 31 minutes per game for Walker Kessler. You don't love the fact that in the rebounds, his chances are at on the season at 21.8. And that's because he had 24 against Domas owns Walker Kessler. I'm pretty sure he sucks against the Kings whenever Domantas Sabonis plays. That's wild to me. But anyway, against Portland and Kling Kong, he worked him for 25 rebound chances, 12 boards. It's a little iffy to me. So the double-double, I love that Pips and the guys added a double-double is now something you can see that line here on Props Madness, which is wonderful. Appreciate that. Minus 105 on FD. You can get this like around plus. Yeah, it's basically that's the best price on most books that you have access to. So the double-double for Kessler is a bit of a meh for me, mostly just because I don't like the price. The points are fine. Last thing I'll say about this. So the rebounds at 10.5, and then you get minus 110 for a double-double. Don't love it. The points, like he looks awesome with the points. It's crazy that he's only at 7 shots right there, 12. Like the most he shot is 12, and his usage is at 17%. That's not very high for somebody when you want them to be scoring. So that's my only issue with his points up now at 13.5. Like this was at like, I think 10.5. It might have opened at 12. Last game, it was like 10.5. That's a nice number for Walker Kessler. I just don't think there's quite as much value on the double-double for him. Let's go across the way to Mark Will, who's back and been back with a bit of a vengeance, right? The 2 games that he's been back for like real minutes, because he played 24 and 14 in his first 2. Then these last 2 right here, 31 with the OT and 28 versus Memphis. And so, yeah, 20 points, 12 shots, 14 shots, and he needs 16.5 points. I know Nate likes this bet. It's really the rebounds we're talking about, right? Which it's nice, that fact that it's like he's done this even in his low minutes and games, and this is at 9.5. So the double-double for him is basically the same price, actually worse, because they like his rebounds apparently, which is weird. Yeah, it's worse. But I guess because he scores more. 16.5 points is a high points prop, so that's definitely impacting his double-double there. So 28 minutes and 31. So let's see what we have Mark Williams projected for real quick. Mark Will. 28 minutes. I think that's fair. 13.5 points, 10.5. I think that's fair. So like, again, it's just not worth the price to me. I guess if you parlay them together and you get a nice look for that, for both the bigs, doubles on that in that game, then I'm with it. But let me make this a little bit bigger too. I think I can stretch out the PM here. All right, cool. If you do want to get in on Props Madness, I'll just let y'all know too. You can use code LYB when you sign up. That'll get you 25% off when you're doing this. And you will also get 7 free days to trial it out. See if you like it before you do anything like that. And then everything I'm showing you for the projections is landyourbets.com. So these are our projections right here. You can literally just go to projections, go to the NBA ones. We have them up for NFL as well. The NBA ones, really, 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 really strong. Really proud of them in the way that we've already got things like Trey Young is just out. As soon as that is out, it pulls through automatically, and then it updates everybody's props, which is really nice. So landyourbets.com, like I said, is what we're using here. So, but if you are not familiar too, I haven't even said this because I just assume everybody knows. I don't even have my banner up. Hold on, let me make this real quick, which says jump in the comments and bring your bets. Not butts, but butts too. All right, bring your bets. So yeah, let me know what you're looking at. I'll get back in the comments too. I've still got a couple starred here. I'll try to go a little bit faster. I feel like I go too fast, but yeah, I mean, I need to. Okongwu, let me get that in here because Craig was talking about him. At least we already did the Mark Will. Okongwu. So I'm out on Kata. That was my first rant of the day. What I believe was like Neemias Queta versus Joel Embiid. Everything looks great for Neemias Queta, but I stayed away because it's Joel Embiid. It's just that simple. Even 20, 25 minutes of Joel Embiid is enough. And we know Neemias Queta is still just basically splitting time at center. Like he's not the pure starting center. Maybe that changes because of the boards have been insane the last 2 games. 24 rebound chances. That's because the Pelly's probably shot like 30%, right? So that's going to give you a ton of rebounds and chances. And then this was against Cleveland, who also I know for a fact shot 40% from the field, 32% from 3. They missed 35 3-pointers. That's a lot of rebounds, right, that are available. So Neemias Queta has been the beneficiary of some terrible shooting lately. I just heed a little bit of caution with him. And then Mark Will I just went through, and then Okongwu. So I think the key for me with Okongwu, and I'll take a closer look, but the thing with Okongwu is going to be, right, Kristaps is playing. We know that. He has overtaken, and this was something that Swish was looking at too, is that like he was always going to be the minutes leader despite not starting, versus Kristaps essentially. So the double for him is about the boards as well. Last couple games have really come on 19, 14, 18. Those are his rebound chances in the last three. And these were some tough rebounding games, at least against Orlando, right? So, yeah, I think like against the Pacers, 29th in rebounding for a reason, right? They're talking about like Jay Huff and other dudes that are starting at center for the Pacers. So I do like the look here for Okongwu the most. What is his double-double then? So 10 plus boards. Yeah, this is a much better look than the other two, at least for the odds. That's where I'd be at if I was going to be chasing one, because I do think we still get the fact that he's not starting might help out the line a little bit. Maybe it keeps it down a little bit. I'm not positive on that one, but that would be my sense. So I like Okongwu the best. And then Mark Will, just not the price, honestly. Like, it just doesn't quite seem worth it. I guess you're just basically saying I'm betting that he's going to get 10 rebounds and I'm getting it for minus 110 because you really think that Mark Williams is going to get the points, right? That's my last rant on that, just as I go back to it. So because Mark Williams is at 16.5 points, you expect him to get 10 pretty easily in this game. Where is Mark Will at? Up here? So you expect him to get 10 pretty easily in this game. The rebounds are at like 9.5, 10.5. So you're basically just saying, if I take a double-double, it's because I want to get Mark Williams rebounds 10 plus for minus 115 odds. I can dig that. It's just, again, not going to be worth it to me. Bryce Sensabaugh on the RA. This is wild to me. I just want to look at it to see what you're seeing real quick. Maybe he's done this a bunch. He doesn't even have this line available. So I don't know if you saw RA somewhere, but this is interesting. So like this is called running hot. 2 potential assists, 1 assist, 6 rebound chances, 5 rebounds. You don't expect to get 90% of your rebound chances or whatever, right? 2 boards on 3 like there's no volume to his stuff here. So there's just not enough for me to go like, yeah, I can get next to Bryce Sensabaugh RA. It has a decent hit rate. It's not that high, but it's not quite worth it for me. All right, let me see here real quick. We got Kessler PR, Markin and PR. Let me pull up. We got a lot of Jazz Suns. Yeah, well, this is going to be no defense, right? Kessler PR is at 23.5. I prefer the assists to the rebounds as like the other bet alongside his points prop. So I played the points and assist together. I kind of think like if he's going to get the points, like the assists are there with it. But I like adding the assist in the event that he gets like 12 points. I think he's good for 4 assists. I laddered the assist for him as well. Took an alt. He's been getting 4 and the potentials are at 6. Last couple games, it was at 9 and 7. So I just went to 4 for half a unit for like +2 something or other. And then if you're looking at Markkanen, if you talk about which one I prefer, Markkanen's been shooting the thing, obviously. And then the boards for him are not that great. That's what I was kind of assuming. They stayed low, and I kind of was keeping an eye on that because they opened at like 5.5 on the year in their first game for Markkanen rebounds, and they've only gone up 1 here, but he's only done it once. Like, what are the rebound chances at? 10.5 rebound chances. That's more like 5 a game. So he had 1 big game against Phoenix with the OT, 45 minutes, 21 rebound chances, and 14 rebounds. And that's really just bringing up everything here. And this number at 6.5 is because he's playing Phoenix again. So if you want to play this entirely matchup based for Markkanen, fine. But if you're asking me straight up between these 2 bets, I'd rather take Kessler PRA. He's probably a better DFS play based on price, but it would be entirely based on price. I don't know what his price is. Trey Jones PA. Let me go real quick on this one real quick. So why is everyone like Trey Jones with points as well this game? Trey Jones points are at 10. Let's start with them separately real quick. 11.5 points for Trey Jones. 8 shots, shooting 60%. Got 8 free throws against the Magic. That's impressive. That's an outlier, right? So that contributes right there. This game he shot 50%. This game he shot 83% from the field. So one game he goes 43% from the field, but he gets 8 free throws. Another game, he shot 63%, 50%, and 83%. You see what I'm saying? Like he's at like 65, 70%. So the points I'm already kind of out on. I don't know where this came from. Swish, if you're in the comments and have any thoughts on Trey Jones' points, I know somebody gave that to us, but I'm just kind of like, where is that coming from? You know what I mean? Would love anybody's thoughts on the Trey Jones stuff. I'm going all the way to the bottom in case I missed stuff. I ask questions and I'm not at the bottom of the chat, so I don't see the response until like 20 minutes later. And it's just like I'm talking in the past. 6.5 assists this is already like at the top, right? Like this is ceilinged, peaked. Trey Jones, 27.5 minutes, 7 points on the projection, and 5 assists. Like, I think that all adds up, man. The Knicks they're actually a good defense right now. Mike Brown is a good defensive coach. I know people liked what he did with the offense in Sacramento, but he was the defensive coordinator for the Warriors. He's a defense first coach. 5th in assists allowed, 4th in paint points, 7th in D rating to start the season for the Knicks here. My somewhat sorry ass looking Knicks. Let's call it what it is for a minute. They're not that bad, but we got expectations. Cat looks like he couldn't jump over a fucking nickel, dude. All right. Trey Jones, I can't really get next to you on anything. I think everything's just like sort of tapped out. Ryan Dunn, thing goes up 20 points. Yeah, let's look at Ryan Dunn real quick, Cody. Who is, of course, on the. Look at how many players we're looking at in this Suns game. Don't sleep now on Colin Gillespie, by the way. I think he's the point guard now. Ryan Dunn. So he's not been impressive on the points. Who's missing in this game? Do we know again? I know Dylan's out, right? Brooks. Let me go down to these other players. I think this is where you see the injuries. Oh, actually, I can just do it right here. Without Dylan Brooks is out in this one. So that's the guy that we're missing. Yeah. I don't know who else is missing for Ryan Dunn, but let me know. Because without Dylan Brooks, it's just going to be this season. But he's not a player I've ever really loved betting on, to be honest. I just feel like he's been a little bit not used in the offense very much. So without high usage, it's tough to be able to bank on him much. But let's look at Jrue. Where is he? I mean, this is going to be crazy high, isn't it? Go above this game real quick. Close that one. Get to the Nuggets. Jrue, 15.5 points. Still beatable. And then 6.5 dimes, Lord. So it's 26.5 PRA. Yeah, 26.5 PRA. Now 27 actually pretty much everywhere else. So Jrue on the you have the PRA, yeah. I mean, I don't have a reason not to bet this. This is just very high for Jrue Holiday. I don't even know if he did this when he was on the Pelicans. Jrue Holiday career stat. Let's see what his best season was PRA wise, real quick. It's got to be a Pelly season, right? What's the most? Okay, I'm crazy. He's definitely had this. Yeah, he was filthy on the Pellies. That's where I figured it was. Oh, right. He was a featured player of Milwaukee. Let me shut the fuck up. My bad. Let me shut the heck up. I sound stupid saying that about Jrue Holiday. I'm so sorry, Jrue. This is my favorite NBA player of all time at this point, too. One of my most prized possessions is probably the signed Sixers Jrue Holiday jersey for sure. So, just love this man's game. 26.5. I guess, look, he's averaged 36.5 in his career. He looks like that dude once again. His usage is that high, 23%. Our projections probably have him at 30. Jrue. So hold on. Let's be cautious here. 13.5. Let's say 5. And let's be generous and say let's call it 18. We have him at 22. Looks like we have 22 as the PRA. This is going to also 29 minutes seems light, actually. That might be a part of why. His minutes on the season, we're gonna beat this one into the ground. 32 though, right? What does 3 get you though? I don't think 3 more minutes with these projections would still get you to 26, right? I think that's the key. Is even though you could say 30 minutes for him is 2 minutes light or 3 minutes light, if it's even 4 minutes light, dude, this is still way below. And what's Denver's defense like so far? Okay, respect. 5th in defensive rating. Crazy what happens when you get rid of Michael Porter Jr. as your starting lineup, and you even just add Cam Johnson, who is at worst an average defender and probably a plus defender, honestly, out there on the wing for Cam J. And then now you got more Bruce Brown off the bench, less Russ Westbrook. So this is back to being a good defensive team, which crazy. They were a good defensive team when they won the chip, right? And now they've sucked bad the last couple of years. Now they're back to good. So this is not a bad team. And I guess the over for me for Jrue would be predicated on the cup stuff again. What's the total of this game real quick? I'm beating the Jrue one into the ground, but like I said, for a good reason. But 239.5. So that would be the bet for Jrue. I'm gonna get off of this one because if it's not a hell yes, then maybe it's a hell no. But all right, and now I can get back into some new stuff because we got this one already beaten to a freaking pulp. Yeah. Okay. And Swish is agreeing with me. See, I'm talking in the past, but at least I'll circle back real quick. Swish agrees that Trey Jones is a bit high at this point. Everything that we have in the projection seems right for him. Can you help me with the Jrue one if you're around, Swish? If you have any thoughts on the Jrue stuff, you can tell how much I'm struggling with it, like a freaking noob. Cool. I think someone asked about this, but I want to pull it up because Swish brought this up. Mobley assists, Bridges rebounds, both project at 4, and I don't think you're getting good odds for either of those. So let me just bring those up. Mobley on the dimes. This is why I'm actually on DeAndre Hunter assists, and I'm going to go down with the ship if he sucks again tonight. Sorry to everybody in the VIP if that's what happens, but I had to go down with the ship. The PRA I think is safe for DeAndre Hunter. Talk about that in a sec. Donovan got ruled out, right? I'm missing that. Someone told me that. Someone had to have told me that. Donovan's out, right? No. I said at worst, Cam Johnson is a average defender. He's probably a plus defender. I absolutely did not say he's a bad defender. I said Michael Porter Jr. is a bad defender. I said Russ Westbrook at this point in his career who is a bad defender. But no, Cam J, I respect that defense out on the perimeter for like 6'10". He can move his legs. So Donnie's out, right? Did that just get put up? Let me see. Or did I miss it by like more than time than that? And Jared Allen. So both of them got ruled out 11 minutes ago. Okay. Well, you want to talk about CLV? I got this at 24.5 for DeAndre Hunter. We know what CLV gets you. I wish I had laddered it to 30. That was my thought, but it was like plus 145 to go up to 30 PRA for DeAndre Hunter. And I was like, the hell out. Give me 2-1 on the next one up. Stop with this nonsense. But I hate it, man. All right. Yeah, you guys were on it. So that's helpful. Who would you target now with the injury updates for Raptors, for Cleveland? Let's see. All right, hold on one sec. Love Jrue overall. The team's peaked out. Yeah, I agree with this. Swish, when you get a sec, can you just confirm for us when the projections update to show him out, which they might actually already. Let me refresh my page. But if they don't, if you can just let us know. It's like within 10 minutes, I know. But let's do Team Clee. There it is. It's already out. Wow. Never mind. You don't have to update me on anything. It's already out. That's so sick. I fucking love it. Get this out of here. Add to stage. I gotta stop cussing or I'm gonna have to like rate this video differently. What's up, Maine? Wait, I don't think we can hear you.
My bad.
Oh, there you
go. It's
my
first time doing this.
Yeah, welcome. Why can't I Okay, there we go. Okay, now I got it. I know what I'm doing. Yeah, it's my first time too, man. Thanks for having me. Daft, what's good, brother? How are you?
Somewhat fatigued. It's been a grueling grind to the start of the season. Research seems to be taking 20 minutes longer than usual. So, but we good. We're here.
Yeah, you're still living. You're breathing. You had a really good week, right? Up like 15 units.
It's going okay. Nothing to brag about.
Okay. All right. Yeah. Look, we don't want to jinx anything. So no problems there. But let's get. Let me hold on. I'm trying to edit this, and I'm doing a poor job. Do you have any thoughts? Anybody that you want to go to since like it's your world right now? And if you have anything Cleveland related, I know that just all dropped, and like you're probably not ready to talk about that. But let me know what you're thinking.
I can make some things up on the fly.
Love that.
I really liked Colin Murray-Boyles under his rebound prop.
Okay.
So I had this as a lean when I did my video at 4.5. Since then, it's moved to 5.5. At 6'7", extremely undersized, projected for 25 to 30 minutes. He's averaging 6 rebound chances and 2 rebounds per game. Matchup is disgusting. I think Scottie Barnes, Mamu do a much better job on the glass than he does.
Mm-hmm.
I just feel like it's quite high, and I don't even need to do hood math for this one, but just he's probably going to get 7 to 8 rebound chances with his increased minutes. How is he supposed to get 6 rebounds in this matchup? So I felt like it was a little bit too high.
So Jared Allen's out now. That just came out, but like that doesn't bother you, right?
No, it means Mobley's usage is going to be even higher.
Yeah,
and this poor bastard is going to have to be the one to pick him up, I assume.
Yeah, that sucks. Not jealous of that. Yeah, like Evan Mobley is totally like a welcome to the league type of player with the strength that he has. So that's what's about to happen. I agree with that. And then, I mean, this has all just gone super high. So I love where I'm at with DeAndre Hunter. I kind of wish I would have taken Lonzo. But look, I tried to do this the other day where I went crazy on some Cavs props. Like Donovan was just all of a sudden ruled questionable, right? Like he's out. And then he played. Yeah. And he still played like crap. And they all played like crap, though. They shot like 40% from the field, and that just blew everything out, right? That I couldn't in terms of the props that we had. They lost by 20 to the Celtics. I was laughing because so many people in the comments of that video were like, "You're crazy, dude. The Celtics about to get blown out. All these props aren't going to hit because the Celtics are going to get blown out." I was like, other way around. But yeah, let's
blowing.
yeah, exactly. Let's I was gonna say I kind of want to keep running through some of the comments and just kind of like go with it if you're good, and we can just kind of like give some thoughts. And if you see anything in the comments that I don't know if they're in front of you, by all means feel free to jump on it. Let's see. I don't have anything for Jeremy Grant. I'm often a stay away from Jeremy Grant. If you want my honest opinion, I know he shot.
He's been playing good
where he is.
I've just been waiting for him to fail, and the motherfucker keeps turning up. So
yeah. But like 21.6 points on 11 attempts per game from the field tells you that he's shooting 52% from the field. Like that's not what he's going to shoot. I imagine the 3-point is good too, right? He's making 2.8 on 6 attempts, so nearly 50% from 3. That's that ain't it.
He's at a point where you're just waiting for him to fall off because he's been overperforming. The lines are high, but he's been playing great. So you kind of just have to wait for things to normalize. So
and there's no real revenge narrative here, to be honest. Like he didn't get paid by Denver when he was in Denver, and then he has not been good since he left Denver. So who really, who are you mad at for that? All right, let's see. Cat. I don't have anything for. Do you have anything for that Bulls and Knicks game? Because I haven't touched that one yet, and I don't really have much for it.
I took the bait. I took Cat's points today. I know he's sucked massive ass. I don't know if it's the belly piercing on his mind, but he's got his belly button pierced and his performance has just dipped. That might be completely made up. But
okay. First, I was like, "Are you reporting this?" Because,
but anyway, this matchup was just too irresistible. So one thing I've noticed about the Bulls is they've been really good at defending the perimeter for every position except the 5. And I've called Nikola Vucevic the most helpful man in the NBA because he helps on everything. Like he doesn't even defend who he's supposed to be. He just defends everybody else. So bigs have just been eating them alive. They've been getting killed from the outside. Like even my man Sabonis hit a 3 against them because he's just leaving everybody wide open.
Right.
I know Cat's been poor, but if he doesn't get it right here, then he should just hang it up because it doesn't get much better than this.
Yeah, he's looked bad, but like it's so funny because my take on what's happening with Chicago as the number 1 above the break 3-point defense and the worst at the rim defense is that Vooch. Thank you. Lean in when you have if you can't get out of like a crevasse that you're in, like if you fall down into a tunnel, you might just have to dig deeper down to find a way out. Right. And I think that's what Billy Donovan did was he goes, let me lean into this Vucevic being the worst rim protector in the league. Right. And just say he's not going to stop anybody if we give him help. He's not going to stop anybody if we don't give him help. So let's at least not let them shoot threes.
Yes.
And then we'll go ahead and make sure that when they do score at the rim, we will be better on offense at the other side.
That's right. Instead of being bad in both areas.
Yes.
Just I think analytically, give up 2s, don't give up 3s. And you'll win more games. And it's working so far.
Yep, 100%. I wouldn't touch the 3s, but I see you on the points. It's a bit high. It looks high for a reason. Again, it feels like everything's inflated by the cup, right? Like everything's like 2-3 points inflated in some areas. But I was showing before you got on, I was going through the totals for every game, and you can see the open over here in gray, and you can see the new one over here in black, and everything except for like 2 games, the Knicks Bulls and Clippers game. Are the 2 games that like went down in the total. Everything else went up. Some games by like 6 points, some games by like 9 right here for the Celtics Sixers. So yeah, everything is just going up. And like I'm the idiot maybe who took some unders, and so I don't really have much else for this game. I'm glad we got the cat look in there. I am going.
What are your thoughts on Jalen Brunson?
Okay, you're gonna make me talk.
His line is low. Based on everything we know about the Bulls matchup, the Cup games, the fact that he's been crushing it, his usage has been extremely high this season. Matchup's not the best though.
Right.
I will say that. How do you think the Bulls defend this guy?
Well, I don't know anymore. I mean, they're not going to like. Are they good now? And like, what is going on with Mike Brown's offense? I have no desire to bet on a Knicks anything. Essentially, I guess is another way of saying what I'm saying, because like the Mike Brown effect is something I don't really know yet, right? So until I know that, then I'm a little bit out on it. And so I think that's where I'm going to stay for a second until I like have some more information. But my main thing here with Brunson, as I try to focus on it, is that like the assists I think are still something you can get against the Bulls. I know they're now, what are they in assists here? They are 12th limiting assists, 24th to guards, which I think is pretty important, right? For Brunson. Yeah. So my thing with Brunson is I don't know. Everything's high and where it should be. If this was last year's Bulls, I'd be like, I'm not scared of 7.5 assists for him at plus money. This year, I am absolutely afraid of that right now. I have no idea. He had 5 potential assists in their last game. If I get to 25-26, he has not touched the 8 assists that he needs here. And yeah, so I don't know what to do with that yet. I actually think Deuce though would be the guy that I'd be looking at. Deuce did not play in a couple games because of personal reasons, not anything to do with injury or anything like that. So like Deuce on the points, potentially Deuce on the dimes, something to that effect. I think there's a game here. He seems like a nice little what Trixie or something, like 10, 3 and 4 and 4 or something like that, or like 10 and 4, something to that effect for a nice little like plus 250 maybe for Miles. But any thoughts on him specifically? Because I actually like his stuff more than Brunson just because of the numbers.
Yeah, I think Deuce is a good look. I just feel like stylistically, the way that the Knicks play basketball right now in this matchup against the Bulls is really confusing. Like where the Bulls are terrible, the Knicks don't necessarily have players that take advantage of it. The Bulls will get burned in transition. They'll get burned around the basket. But the Knicks, they shoot a lot of mid-ranges. They shoot a lot of threes. They're a little bit older, so they don't score as much in transition. Jalen Brunson will take a bad shot instead of giving it to somebody else. Like it's the whole thing's yeah, the matchup's not a great one for me to bet on.
Yeah, but is that your dog or these birds in my window?
No, that's one of mine. I've got 3 dogs.
I was like, are there some birds on there? Wait for the bird. All right, cool. For the record, I didn't mind this number at like plus 130. I don't think it's my favorite bet by any means, but just because you asked again and we talked about it earlier, I don't mind the Okongwu threes, double rather. T2, what's up, man? Do you like anything here with what he's talking about with quickly? I haven't looked at the Raptors much this season, to be honest. I don't love teams where it's like, sorry, 4 of you do the same thing. So what am I supposed to bet on here? It was like there was 3 guys doing the same thing, and then all of a sudden Brandon Ingram is doing the same thing too. So like, he just needs to be held, man.
Yeah.
I'm not going to have much on the Raptors. I don't think the Adapt will. And like when Garland and Mobley or Mitchell are playing together, please don't ask me about that either. Oh, interesting. Look at this look from Pete. Porzingis had 7 assists after Trey left last game. We should get to that game real quick too. I know that one's going to start in just a tidbit. So Porzingis, that's a high points number. 2.5 dimes plus money. So he had 7.5 assists. Well, he had 7 assists on 5 potentials. So if you're saying that Hawks may work through him, I can understand that. I don't know if I'm ready to make that statement. There are a lot of assists to go around now with Trey out, right? So I kind of added assists to a lot of different stuff for some Hawks players. Mostly for Jalen Johnson is where I went. This has to be 5.
Yeah.
I'm not just basing it on this, right? Where he was like without Trey last season. It was 2 games. Like, so let's just be reasonable. But you don't mind seeing like 15, 16 basically potential assists on average in 2 games without Trey last season, especially against a good defense, right? Like the Celtics last season's defense. And then this last game, he goes for 7 potential 5. He only played 29 minutes. I guess he had 4 fouls. Do you have any thoughts on where those assists are going for the Hawks?
Of course I do. My first thought I'll say about this is just not to bet around assists for the Hawks because you're just guessing. We don't know anything. We don't know how they're going to play, what they're going to do. The first thing I'll say is last season's data, I'd say, is irrelevant. They've got more strength in their backcourt now. They've got Kristaps. You'd just be guessing. If you look at last season's data, looking based on what happened after Trey went down, I'd say Dyson Daniels saw the biggest lift in terms of who's playing that point guard role. It's Dyson Daniels. But at the same time, the lines have been adjusted for that. He's got a 5.5 assist line. Yeah. So my lean is on Dyson Daniels to really pick up the load when it comes to the assists. But at the same time, the line's relatively high for him, and I don't have the balls to take that. Yeah. So he ran a lot more of their traditional sets. Kristaps Porzingis, like his potential assists weren't very high. He was just lucky the passes that he made turned into assists. So it was just basic handoff stuff. who was it? Luke Kennard scored very well in that last game, if you remember.
Yep.
A lot of Kristaps Porzingis assists came to just handing it off to Luke Kennard, who just made some very difficult shots.
Yeah.
So, yeah, is there a safe look in terms of their assists? I don't think so. As much as I would like to play it because Trey Young's not there, I think we wait to see how it plays out.
Yeah. No doubt. And then actually, because someone was asking, Swish is saying that we've got Nah at 10-3-3 for his projection in this game, just while we're on the subject. Now that Nah's there too, it's just another guy doing similar stuff as he come in. But I am giving the nod to Jalen Johnson. I did take him also for like a 20, 10, and 5 and a little double-double. I like the rebounds against the Pacers a ton. Second worst rebounding team in the league. Like, if I don't know what the Pascal matchup will or won't be for him, but like, even if it's Pascal, I'm not too worried about it. I think Pascal's kind of busy doing other stuff, like trying to score for this team that's just not very good right now all over. So yeah, let me see if we got anything else people want to talk about. If you got anything for this game too, please feel free to walk.
I had a really strong lean on Onyeka Okongwu's rebounds. The matchup makes total sense. The Pacers don't even try to get offensive rebounds anymore. They just run back. I think the only concern I had between Okongwu and Jalen Johnson is like that Pascal Siakam matchup. Siakam's usage rate's like 30%, and he's also playing above the break, given his handling more of the playmaking duties. So in seasons past, Onyeka Okongwu has been the person who defends Siakam the majority of the time, but also keeping in mind Jalen Johnson didn't play in those games. So I was a little bit torn between, is it Johnson or is it Okongwu?
Yeah.
Both of them could possibly cover their rebounds line, given the pace in this game.
Is Pascal playing at the 5? Like, they don't have a center.
They're playing what? Jackson? They play a bit of Huff.
They're not even playing Jackson and Huff a combined 48 minutes. So,
they play small ball center? 5.
Like, Jarrett Walker's coming in at the 4 at this point.
He plays the 4,
the 3. So, and then Shepherd, and then Ray J. Dennis. Like, it's thin over here for the Pacers. So it's not looking good. There's not much I'm gonna like there either. Let me see. I did mean, that's right. I wasn't getting into that stuff. Is Mitch Rob officially playing? Did that come out now? Let me see. If I don't think so. Or was that? No. We got Talon Peter updates.
Oh yeah.
There we go. This is what I wanted, because I got Embiid under 6.5 boards, and I just wanted this to be there one more time because they've been doing this every game. So it was kind of like, if I don't get this tweet that Embiid is a 20-minute limit, I'm going to be nervous that this is the game he doesn't have a 20-minute limit. It's not. It is still something he's going to be doing probably for a while. Wow, this is interesting. Just while we're here, Jalen Williams will continue to be down and out for at least 10 to 14 more days. So keep getting your AJ Mitchell tickets in, because that dude is a walking bucket. All right, let's see what else we've got here. Let's see. Booker, I did talk about Booker last night in the video. I'm not gonna lie. What happened was I had all my stuff prepped, right? I was like good to go. I had my notes that I was just like, I just got bullet points because I'm a weird kind of maybe on autism, maybe on the spectrum a little bit. So when I just start talking, I'll just keep going. I don't need that many notes. But like the Devin Booker stuff, I didn't even mean to start talking about his threes, and then I just couldn't help myself, because when he plays against the Jazz, he just transforms into, like, I don't know, insert random, like Kyle Korver, right? Like, he's just not Devin Booker anymore. He's now Kyle Korver with Devin Booker's handles. So like, this always stays on my mind when I see him last year against the Jazz head to head. When you look at the threes, this just is crazy to me. He's 4 more threes per game versus the Jazz than his regular season averages. You cannot not notice a like 60% increase to his threes or whatever it is, right? So that just stood out to me. It's 2.5. Like, do people bet this down? Because my first thought when he was going up against the Jazz, I didn't have the balls to do it because of the 3-point attempts prior. It was like 5, 4, 3. Right. I was like, oh, is he taking 4 a game now? Maybe things are different. I don't know. Then he plays, obviously, the Jazz and goes off. So any thoughts on Booker points? My favorite bet now that even though it's gone against me, I was down to take it at 3.5 and it's 2.5. Like, where are you at with Book?
High lines and a shit team.
Yeah.
As much as like he's been playing great, his usage is insane. I've kind of stayed away from Booker all season. I haven't taken anything on him. I feel like there's so many big performances coming out of the league. I don't need to get desperate enough to look at Suns props. The only one I was betting on was Dylan Brooks, because he had the ultimate green light.
Crazy. Yeah.
Whereas Booker, when you watch them play, a lot of these games, it looks like he shuts down, like he's giving up, but then he still finishes with 30. So
he's on the all bad body language team for sure.
Yeah.
Like he's first team all bad body language without question. Put Book on there. What about the Great White Hoax or Hope or whatever he is? Colin Gillespie. All of a sudden, 31 minutes following up with 32 minutes. The assists were crazy in this game. 18 potentials, then comes back with 9 and 31. I don't know. Like, I don't know. It's all high. I'm not going to talk about it. You're right. This is the Sun shit, but I love that I have him in fantasy basketball. I'll just say that. We'll move on. Let me see. Josh Minot is annoying me because he's really like playing well, but he's not allowing me to bet on other Celtics players that I want to bet on. Do you have anything for this Celtics game? I don't know if you looked at Josh Minot or not, but if you did not,
I absolutely did.
Okay, you're a sicko. Let's get into it.
Because prior to recording my video, in my head, I was calling him Minoir because I thought that sounded better. But then I watched all the tape of how he's played in the first 4 games, and I was like, it's Minot. I was like, it doesn't sound as good. But I did bet the over on his rebounds.
Minoir.
Sweet Minoir.
Yeah, that sounds like an aged wine.
Yeah, well, these light-skinned French guys that just keep entering the league.
Is that what he is? Is he Canadian French? I knew he's something weird. I was like, he's something weird.
At first, I was like, this is just another light-skinned French guy. We good. Like, these baby Wembies. And then I was like, this is not a baby Wemby.
But I did Boca Raton, Florida.
Well, I just made the assumption. But I do like his rebounds.
That's amazing.
Well, I like it for 2 reasons. One, I've got a bit of a system going against Philly. And it's if Joel Embiid plays, that weak side forward is going to get a lot of rebounds.
Yeah, we talked about this last year.
And it's a system that I haven't lost at so far this season.
No
Miles
doubt.
Bridges against the Hornets killed his rebound line
against the Sixers.
Sorry. Keyshawn George killed his rebounds line in the exact same position.
The
Meanwhile, he's going to be doing the exact same thing. The other thing I'll call out is he's got a very strong offensive rebounding rate. And that's what helps this is the fact that the Celtics shoot so many threes. There's a lot of long rebounds. And these young motherfuckers crashing from the corners get a lot lot of those. So if he's going to play,
this is a big jump into the starting lineup, right? That's what the difference is here.
Yes. So I go out there and hustle, boy. And that's what he's been doing.
That's what he's been doing. Yep. Okay, I'm fine with that. I'm so off of the other dude. Like I really just have the Pusha P thing being like, well, it's just the fact that dude was playing. Like he benefited from other things. Like he's on the court with Jaylen Brown and Derek White and Jrue Holiday at the same time, or he's on the court with backup versus backups, and Sam Hauser's on the floor with him, and it's just them kind of doing whatever they do. Now it's like, no, not bro. Like you've got one of the 2 best perimeter defenders on you, and your job, by the way, also is to guard the best guard on the other team. Like when they played, he guarded Maxey the whole time, which I was looking at for this game. Like it's Maxey on Pritch, and Pritchard's not a bad defender, but Maxey is absolutely like putting on his napkin and has his fork and knife ready to go when he sees Peyton Pritchard, right? So I wouldn't be betting against Maxey either. Yeah, that's all I have for this one, to be honest. I also thought about Kelly, but it could be a little bit of fool's gold, running a little bit hot in the last couple, and then just like he'll have 2 games where it's like, 10, 11 boards. Joel's still playing. I'm a little bit off on that. Did you consider anything like that for him or Grimes?
Yeah, his games are typically much better when Embiid's not there.
Sure.
But the 76ers are kind of, in terms of production, they're deep, which is nice. There's like 5 players who kind of produce a lot from rebounds, assists, and points. So it's like picking between them, knowing that Embiid is not playing more minutes, but he's getting better every game. So Joel Embiid will slowly take away from others over time. It's a stay away for me. Let's just wait for Embiid to sit, then we can take a look at people like Oubre.
Yep, I'm with it. We didn't talk about your fellow mate real quick before we move past anything. Like, do you have anything for G'day?
G'day. No, I got nothing. I haven't bet on Josh Giddey at all this season.
Me neither.
Like his opening lines in the first game of the season were high as hell, and I was like, damn, a man got paid, and suddenly he's got like Austin Reeves numbers.
What was his PRA like? This is insane, right? This was his run at the end of last season. So they just sort of like eschewed it into this year. And we're like, okay, I guess he's a 40 PRA guy or something. So he is not. He's awesome. He's better than he was on the Thunder, and he's good. And that's all we need to know.
He's overperforming at the moment, but so are the Bulls. That Knicks matchup's difficult. Knicks are pretty good
Yep.
defensively, so
Yep.
yeah, it's a stay away. I got nothing on the
That's it.
Bulls today.
Yep. I'm not confident. I don't like the Bulls as much in this one. Like it's funny because one of my buddies did like the idea of like the Bulls vibes are high and the Knicks are just kind of mad because Cat sucks right now. And I'm like, I get that theory. I also just think like vibes are sick. And then when you look at how one team plays versus the other and what one team's capable of, then vibes can only get you so far. And maybe vibes they'll ride vibes into like awful, like really good transition offense or something. I don't know how that turns into them beating the Knicks tonight.
Well, styles make fights, and the styles are weird for both teams.
Yeah,
so
that's true.
It's a strange game.
Fair. That's a really good point. Yeah, because if they do play in space and transition, then the Bulls have that big advantage, and otherwise the Knicks, if they play any other way, kind of have the advantage. So.
If the Knicks turn into the Vancouver Grizzlies and start gritting shit out, then
right. They might. If Mitch Rob plays, that'll be something a potential strategy. Did you have anything for the Rook?
I don't go near him if Embiid's playing.
Okay, cool. Yeah.
So his performance against the Celtics, like you get an overperformance because Embiid was terrible. Embiid's been better. You'd expect him to be better in this one. So naturally, VJ and others might see a dip in their production. So, but the minute Embiid's not there, I'm going straight on VJ. That's what I'll be doing.
Yeah, no doubt. I feel that, and like, I think he also just got hot in that game, and we forget sometimes, you know, even in the NFL, like if a wide receiver just starts catching balls and getting open and showing the quarterback that he's burning his man, all of a sudden a dude with a 2.5 receptions prop has 7 receptions, right? Yeah. And you can't really project that if he gets his first 2, he's good to go. And that's what it was with VJ as well. It's like he just saw them go in a bunch, and then the 3-ball gave him confidence to go into the lane. But going into the lane didn't start everything for him. It was hitting threes that started it, and that propelled him. And you cannot project that he's going to hit his first 2. We should be able to get something like if he hits his first 2, we can parlay that with 10 plus, you know, some stupid shit like that.
It could be a live option, but I don't
sick.
think the lines have normalized to where it should be. I think when you look back on his whole season, the line that it's at right now is probably a little bit too high. He's starting to regress in usage rate in every single game. So I think his lines are too high at the moment.
Yep, I'm with you. I am looking for some stuff we haven't talked about. We got through a lot in a way that I'm like looking through the comments and I'm like, damn, we already talked about all that.
What about them white boys from LA?
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's right. Because Luka's playing, right?
The usage kings.
He's not white. He's clear. But yeah, Luka. What about the Ghost Man? He's so pale, dude. I'll try to use him in images for the thumbnail on YouTube, and I'm like, you can't see him. He's too pale. What are your thoughts on the white boys?
I got no idea. I just wanted.
Oh, really? You wanted my thoughts? All right. Well, shit. Why is Austin Reeves still at 24.5 with Luka there? I guess he did that twice, right?
Yeah.
I don't know. I was talking pure trash on Austin Reeves recently in a way that made me feel really dumb when he scored 51.
That's white on white crime. You can't do that.
I was dumb. It was dumb. It was stupid for sure. But now this is awful. Like you can't bet on anybody but these two. And somehow Hachimura's at 13.5 points, but brother can't get shots when he's playing with freaking Luka. Right?
Yeah.
How many minutes did Luka play in that second game? Oh, he played the whole game, right? And then he was okay. All right. Well, Rui had one good game with him. Real quick, did you see? I was talking to Switch about this. There's a hilarious clip where Jake LaRavia was smoking the Timberwolves for 27 points. And at one point, he's at the line at the end of the game, and it's so quiet because everybody left already. And you hear a dude in the crowd go, "Who the hell is number 12?"
Yeah.
And Edward stands up. He goes, "That's what I'm saying." He was roasting them with that haircut. Unbelievable. Look at that haircut. All right, yeah. So I don't have anything for the Lakers. I'll be honest with you. I might be about to dip out in a minute, but I want you to get anything down that you want to talk about too.
I think we hit on the main ones.
Yeah.
I'm one of those who bought Cater early
for
his points prop in that Boston Celtics game.
Points prop. I think that's why someone brought Neemias Queta points to me is because you mentioned it, because I was just like, I have no idea where you're getting that from, but maybe it's because you try to go at Joel or something.
Yeah, well, I've been targeting centers against Embiid because he's fragile at the moment. He's not playing defense properly. He's not contesting shots the way he should, and teams are just starting to attack him.
Yeah,
the pick and roll stuff as well. Like if it's not Embiid, it's Drummond. They get murdered in the pick and roll. Boston are typically running these sets with Derek White, Pusha P. you're not going to leave them open at the 3-point line. So anytime there's a pick, they're switching or they're hedging really high, and Cater's just running to the rim. So he's either getting the pass, getting the lob, or he'll get the offensive rebound if they miss a shot.
That's true.
So
that's nice.
And yeah,
How many
I think
OREPs
three
did he have in that first
buckets and
game?
a couple free throws for Cater was what I was looking for. I got this at 7.5, but I did play some bets on him for 10. I'll likely put one down for 15 because I'm a psychopath. But
yeah, you are.
Yeah,
but
the big risk
right,
is just foul trouble. If Joel Embiid goes at him early and gets him out of the game or off his game, then
but
it might
how
be
many
tough.
threes is JoJo taking? Oh wow, his points dropped. I guess
Yeah,
that news, like, it's like we should just be playing this like the stock market, knowing that there's going to be a tweet coming out every day saying 20 minutes max.
Yeah,
and then his props go down. So we just take the under before the tweet comes out, and we're good to go.
I think 2 threes for Embiid could be interesting at plus money.
Right. So that was my other point. Is like you talk about Embiid on offense, like he's shooting 4 threes, 6 threes, like almost half his shots are threes. Yeah, except for against the Wizards where he just was licking his chops. But all right, brother. Yeah, I got to roll. I appreciate you coming on. We're gonna be out. You have a video for tomorrow, you think?
Every damn day.
I love it. All right, cool. Yeah, I'm going to be doing it too. So we will be talking to you guys later. Appreciate you jumping on last minute. We'll get it going again soon enough. All right.
Yes, sir.
All right, y'all. Happy betting, everybody.